For most of my life, I believed if I became smaller, quieter, less noticeable, I would feel safe. I was bullied for being too big, too different, too me. And when you start hearing that enough, people's opinions start feeling less like their opinion and more like my truth. I used to beg my parents for Sperry top sliders and Papermate flare pens, anything to take people's minds off of my body and on to something else. I remember used to lie in bed and just wish that I could wake up in a completely different body. There were times where I wouldn't even speak to anyone at school. But the one place where I didn't feel invisible was when I was on stage. I loved music, and I know music loved me. It didn't judge me. I felt so connected to it that I decided to sing all the time and write songs, perform on stage. It's my favorite thing, because when I was on stage, I was exactly who I wanted to be. People didn't see me for my body or my weight. They saw me for my voice. But then the minute I got off stage, I went right back to shrinking again. And then ironically, the place that I found my voice wasn't on stage. It was when I started posting on social media. The same place where people say it destroys confidence. It allowed me to pursue something I never thought. And I realized one thing, and it taught me the most important lesson, that vulnerability is not a weakness. It's power. And most importantly, true transformation doesn't happen when we become someone else. It happens when we allow ourselves to fully be seen, and that's transformation. When I started posting on social media, I would share my confidence journey, my struggles with my body image, and also just all the insecurities I was feeling. And I was terrified because when you've been bullied, vulnerability feels like a weakness, right? And it also gives people the opportunity to possibly hurt you again. But that's not what happened. People leaned in. They started messaging me saying, I feel this way, me too. I was not alone, and I had felt alone for so long. And now I was able to connect, and I realized something. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to the truth. That was my why. I'd gone back, I was thinking, what is true transformation? True transformation doesn't happen when you're hiding. It happens when you're visible, showing up as you are. And it doesn't happen when you hide. I think back to the girl who had been wishing she could wake up in a completely different body. And I thought, what is my why? What is my main reason for still being here? It was for the girl who said she bought a swimsuit because of me. It's for the girl who said that she decided to step out of her comfort zone and wear color and live boldly. My message that I share all the time, to be who you are. So what happens when we choose to show up? Community changes, confidence changes, connection changes. I think back to the girl who struggled with her confidence, and I remember my why. It was my what was I made for moment when they said that they also too felt the same way that I was feeling. Vulnerability is really hard to do. It's hard to be open and just speak about the story. But when I think back and I look back on the growth, this is the why. being on social media changed my life because my platform, social media wasn't just a platform. It was an opportunity. It gave me permission to exist exactly as I am. And it started on stage. It was lost in silence. And it was found in the digital space where I choose to finally show up as myself, my authentic self. And that decision changed everything. Thank you.